All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday to you. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. I am in the P-38 Lightning. If you're going to fly along, do choose the aircraft that you feel most comfortable flying with. On today's flight, it can be a warbird. Fly whatever you desire, but just be aware that for the flight, pick the appropriate aircraft, I guess. Good day, Para. How are you? All right, so we're departing from Great Falls, Montana. We are heading across this vortex, turning and turning, heading over this away to our second vortex, which is near Billings Airport there in Montana. And then we will keep on flying. Hit our first VOR DME right there. And then we have one more down here, right there. And then we're going to turn and head towards these fixed points, line up for an ILS approach. Although we're not using approach mode, we're just going to fly to that fixed point cola, and then horse, and then we'll be on the ground. Okay. Good morning, Jody. So that's pretty much the flight plan. Now, there's one other thing we need to talk about. If you are going to fly in the Spitfire and you are using fuel, you are not going to make it. The Spitfire only has a 350 nautical mile range. I think maybe just a little bit beyond that if you have the external tank on. So plan accordingly. I don't know do what you think is best, however you handle it. If you go about halfway or you go all the way to Billings, land there at the airport, gas up, and then get back in the air, that's entirely up to you. But manage your fuel accordingly. I'll have more than enough gas to get there. Okay, so just make sure that you plan accordingly. Good morning, Daniel. How are you, good sir? All right, so let's go ahead and get in here and get things going because the sim has been acting a little silly this morning so far, just trying to get things prepared for the flight. I lost the what do you call it? The multiplayer, something went down. I had to restart the sim, and yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get my aircraft started up. We will taxi out to our departure runway, which should be 21. Should be being the key word. Busy night at work, just having my fishing chips now. Oh, nice. Mine showed no. Yeah, I had to restart. Okay, so it wasn't just me then. Morning, Sergeant Staff. How are you? Let me get this all set up here, and then we'll get. Right, there's all that. Try something here real quick. Both. No. That's one. Shift Alt. There we go. That's all got that. And oh. Should go automatically to 2.9. It did. Perfecto. All right. Gotta crack the. There we go. All right. I'm getting my new gaming laptop on Monday. Nice. Hello, Two Cats. Nice to see you here. Welcome. Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. All right. Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Oh, we gotta get our first, yeah, point. What did I say it was? One 510. So our departure runway should be right over there. 21 should be it. That's where I'm going to be at. All right, and then our second one is 11450. All right, there's that. Okay. I don't know why people are out here banging on stuff at 20 after 7 in the morning on a Saturday. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why people are doing that. Anyways, all right. Let's go ahead and get that closed up. Alright, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move the aircraft and then I might. Oh, you know what I forgot to do too? I forgot to do a couple things. One, I forgot to tank up. Enough fuel to get there. There we go. All right, there we are. They made that thing much more difficult to start. Well, it initially. The one's right there. Why would it go send me all the way there? Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, at first when I first got in, it was a bear to start up. Like I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest. But it's not so bad now, I don't think. But yeah, it can be a bit touchy sometimes, that's for sure. I found the Spitfire to be way more difficult sometimes to start up. Alright. So runway 21, folks, if you're going to fly with me, I forgot I need to... hold on a second. Show online as well, just in case people are looking for me. Yeah, it is, Sergeant Staff. Definitely. Definitely. All right. Let's see here. I think... Okay, won't need that now. All right, so yeah, folks, if you're gonna join in, now would be the time to spawn in on runway 21. Please and thank you. So we can get in the air. I'm still on the Southeast Asia server. It hasn't changed. Southeast Asia. Matter of fact, if you're in, I can just invite you, and then it'll bring you right to their server. There we go. I'll just invite you to the group. I don't know if Patrice is wanting to fly with us today or not. I don't think I've seen him in the chat. Let me scroll up here because I was a little bit busy. Yeah, it's I struggled. Oops, I struggled with the part where it was holding down, like priming it and all that. That's where I had a issue. So, but it's all good. Para's got the the P-38 as well now. Anybody else? I know Patrice is on the system, but I don't know that if he wants to fly with us today or not. So I don't, unless he sends or says something in the chat, then I don't know that what his plans are. Let me... okay. Won't let me send a... Hold on, let me see if I can find you, Sergeant Staff. I'm guessing that's your gamer tag as well. It's all lower. Well, I don't know if you mean that it's all capitalized. There's only one that I found, so I sent you a friend request. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right. Got the right one. Excellent. And then I can add you to the group. Send you to invite to the group as well. Oh, you can't join. Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. All right, we're gonna head onto the runway here. Well, like I said before, I don't know what how you have your fuel stuff set up, but okay, perfect. Anybody else? Text 1's loading in. All right. wait. 14 viewers. Thank you all for coming in. Greatly appreciate it here on this Saturday morning. So we're going to get up to about 16,000 feet today. We may go a little bit higher, but our expectation is I'm in between. Oh, okay. No worries. Anybody else want to join in? Figured I'll join. Oh, no worries. Perfect. So we're going to take off. We're going to head past the runway a little bit. We should intercept our first vortac. Got a 190 nautical mile let. Oh, no worries. If we're on our way, you can catch up, or you can catch up with us at Billings. So it's up to you. Excuse me, our second vortac is over by Billings, Montana airport there. So not right next to it, but it's close enough that you can, if you need a little extra time and you want to come in for the rest of the flight, you're more than welcome to do that. All right. So just make sure. Texan 1 says he's loading in. I think Patrice is somewhere. I don't know where Patrice is, if Patrice is joining us or not. Since I didn't hear from him in the... Let me check the Discord real quick to see if he's... Okay, spawning in on me. Perfect. Scooch forward just a bit here. Well, actually, you might be right where Para is, so you spawn in. It's all right, Para. We got this. There's Texan 1 way over yonder. Oh, here he comes. That was kind of weird. Alright, Texan 1 is here. Oh, it's fine, Para. You'll be fine, Para. Alright, I think we got everybody. Let's go. Coming right through you guys. it on... Yep, we gotta go on 114. Alright, I will check behind us here in just a second. Make sure everybody else is off the ground. Alright, there's Para, there's Texan. Alright. Clean up a heading of 114. Climbing for 16,000 feet. All right. So Para, what we're going to do, because I was kind of explaining this, so we're going to navigate to our points, right? Our VORs and whatnot, right? From there, once we get past IIP, now I'm assuming being the big word here, I'm assuming you put in the flight plan the way that I had it. I'm hoping you did. So, as long as you have that, then you'll be fine, the way that I had it laid out. Because once we pass, I think it's IIP, India Papa, we're going to head to a fixed point, Kola. So that will help us prepare for landing. Not all of it. Okay. Well, just follow me and you'll be fine. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find like a reasonable approach into an airport that will allow us... Yeah, will help you. Yeah, exactly. When all else fails, gravity will help you. So the key being that we're trying to find a reasonable way to come in for landing that will allow us to prepare for it. That's what we want to do. Yeah. No, I've heard the Corsairs really insane to deal with, but I'm looking forward to handling it. All right, I'm gonna throttle back here because I think I'm losing you guys. Hello, Joseph. How are you, young addies? I've never yeah, I've heard a lot of people have struggled with getting it on the ground. It's not an easy plane. Like if you think the Spitfire is crazy, the Corsair's a whole nother beast altogether. But I can't wait for it to come to the Xbox side. I'm really looking forward to it. Spend some time getting to know it and get frustrated with it and curse at it and love it all at the same time. Alright, we got our pictures so far. Oops. Back online here. Yeah. Well, I've struggled with it, like the landing part especially. You know, getting the power balance so that you get over the runway, but also so that once you touch down, the plane doesn't go shooting off one way or the other off the runway. That torque of that V12 engine is just, it's insane. All right, I gotta swap tanks. Otherwise, I'm gonna. There we go. Now we should be good. All right, now I can get. Now we should settle down. Oop. Sorry, commercials. Yeah, it's gotta keep the lights on somehow. There we go. All right, perfect. All right, so there we go. Tomorrow we'll be back in the floater plane flight. We'll be on the east coast of Canada, the northeast coast-ish. Should be a nice little flight. If you want to join in for that tomorrow as well, 7:10 Eastern, 11:10 UTC, 12:10 UK. So more into terrain now. I'm in the Twin Otter in the pitch black. That's so I'm watching my terrain readout. Yeah, I would think so. I would think that's a pretty fair expectation there. Oops. Overshot our. I'm not paying attention to my stuff. Doing some iPhone. Nice. So, you know, one of the speaking of that, one of the things that some people I've read, or you know, some people are like, why is VOR to VOR under VFR? It's not a visual flight thing. It's supposed to be under, because it's technically instruments. Instrument flight rules. Because you are using your instruments. So some people have asked that to be moved from under VFR over to the IFR side. I don't know if they can do that though. At this point. All right, let's get another shot here now. Wow. That was kind of weird. All right. Commercials, yeah. Wow. Interesting that it's now showing you commercials. I would have thought that they all would have been shown at the same time. I don't quite understand the how that's supposed to work. mountain range that I need to go south of the planned route to miss. Yeah, I've done that before, where it's like oh, it'll be fine, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, I think I'm gonna have to skirt around 5 commercials. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, folks. I don't know why it does that. Now, okay. Yeah, I think it's a glitch with the show me some commercials. Okay. See, it's saying that I got like 30 minutes before the next commercial break. 8. Yeah, for some reason it's like it has its own mind. Okay. Sorry, folks. I thought I made it where it wasn't that bad, but it might be a it might be a problem with Twitch itself. So my keyboard came yesterday. Just Twitch things, yeah. All right, we have 103 nautical miles to go to our first, or our second nav point, I should say. Yep, I got a new keyboard. It's a Razer. I got it on a good deal on Amazon. So it's got the fancy lights that change all the time. From what I read, everybody recommends the Razer keyboards. I think I got this one on sale for like $60. And then I got a Razer mouse is coming Monday. So I've got, and then tomorrow I should get I've got a splitter for my Xbox to go on the front to add more USB ports on the front. And I've got a table coming as well. Flying the Kodiak, no ice, building up today in Montana. I'm getting icing. I end up getting the G512 carbon. What? Wow, that sounds fancy. Yeah, if you're on the Xbox, you can get them, and they're only like $7 or whatever. If you look on Amazon, you can find them. It fits right on the front. 2 years in, no complaints. So I've got a TV dinner table coming that should have enough space for the keyboard and the mouse, so that I can use both of those while I fly. Oh, it is. Doesn't sound like it would be. It sounds like it would be fairly lightweight, but nice. Yeah. So I've got the laptop near me, but it does help. Like now, the altimeter on here. If I hit the B button, it will automatically change it to the weather of the area. I don't even have to wait for an altimeter reading at the departure runway. So yeah, it works out really well. It doesn't move. Huh. So yeah, I've got a Razer. It's got the programmable buttons. Yeah, whatever you can use to add more ports so that you, if you get more peripherals, I guess I would get a splitter of some kind. But I found one that it fits right on the front of the Xbox. Instead of one port, now I'll have 4 up front, So I have one for the keyboard, one for the mouse. So that will help out immensely as well. I may try, what I'd like to try to do is build a flight plan. I'm gonna see if it'll work. I think it will. It should, on the FMS on like the A320. Because I didn't have a keyboard or anything else where I have to plug in a name. You know, I'm gonna try some of that offline sometime just to see how it works and everything. So, but I got it basically because I figured with the way that it's set up, just ordered should be here. Nice. And a powered USB. They do have some that are fairly reasonably priced on Amazon. The powered USB hub. So yeah, it's I kind of feel like this is so yeah. The table and the mouse should be here on Monday. But I got it. I basically got it for the Concorde because when you're starting up the plane, trying to stay on the flight engineer's panel for everything, I would flip a switch and it would immediately take me back to the captain's chair. So trying to get that so that I can just basically move as needed for the oh yeah, I remember you were telling me that, Sergeant Staff. Yeah, they're it's kind of difficult when space is limited and you're like, well, I'd like to get something bigger, but then it's like, would it take up like half the room? You know. So yeah, it's wherever I move next, that's I do want to get a PC and then have a nice gaming desk and then have all the bits and bobs for the for all the peripherals and all that. I don't know if I'd do a camera though. I'm not in an apartment. Oh, okay. No room now. Ah, okay. So you just got to find something. I'm sure there's gaming desktops. You know, you could probably order them through Amazon, or you get the rig that you can have the, you know, your screens and it's got the space for a gaming chair and all that. I know a lot of people seem to have those. There's Texan. There is way back yonder. Super picky though. Yeah. Yeah. Got some nice scenery, a little bit of clouds, just can't always fly in perfect weather. It's not very reasonable. So yeah, tomorrow floater plane flight we are leaving from Boisfort and Hills Seaplane Base, and we're heading to a Bolton landing. Fairly short flight. We got two waypoints, and then after we pass our second one, we'll turn in towards our Bolton landing. Monday we'll be back in the Junkers 52. That'll be leg 28 of 32. So that should be a fairly, it's like about a 2-hour flight, a little over 2 hours. We'll fly a DME arc into what's it called? Altor Sitar. Tomorrow, nose cone is see the okay. Hold on a sec. See the Xbox where the nose cone is silver on the PC. It isn't on. You're talking about on the P-38, on this version of the P-38. That's interesting. Huh. I don't know why there's a difference. I did not know that. Huh. Which one are you talking about, Perry? Are you talking about tomorrow's flight or Monday's flight? Or both? Tomorrow's flight shouldn't take very long to do. Probably about an hour, maybe. Give or take. Monday's flight's going to be about 2 hours. But we may get there a lot quicker. Tomorrow's flight, yeah, about an hour or so. Got it from the Flying Iron. Oh! Okay, yeah, we can't have that on the Xbox side. We don't get the guns. Yeah, we have the holes, but not we can't have the barrels. So maybe that's why. Let's zoom in here up front. We'll have a look. Yeah, see, it just has the holes, but so that's probably why they had to put a different color nose on there. They had to model it differently for the Xbox. Possibly. That's what I'm guessing. You know, we don't get to have all the fancy stuff on the... At least not yet. So there's the pilot's name and the crew chief's name. Well, you can't read it too up close. It's a little bit fuzzy. Yeah, I think that's what it is. That's down now. Yeah, so tomorrow's flight's about an hour, I would guess, give or take. So if anybody wants to join in on that, more than welcome to. Yeah, because I think, you know, here we're stuck with, you know, we have to wait for it to come into the marketplace, and then, but there may be differences because of it's in the marketplace. So that's the drawback of being on the sim on the Xbox side, is we don't get all the, we have to wait. 8% of the aerial photos of the Normandy. Yep, that's right. They did do a lot of aerial reconnaissance, and the taking pictures of the landing. All right, 49. Yep, 48 nautical miles to our to Billings. Yeah, like Cadillac got inspired by the two wings. Oh, yeah. I could see it. Okay. I see what you're talking about. The early Cadillac symbols. Yeah, I do like this. Oh, uh-oh. Got goofed up there. Oops-a-daisy. Forgot I'm not in the drone cam. The GPS, yeah, I think there's something. Oh, the GP. You mean so? If you mean your tablet's not functioning, Texan, or is it the little doodad there isn't functioning correctly? The little whatever this Garmin system. I'm not sure which one you mean. But yeah, it might. I think there's a few things that they do need to sort out, like the on this and the Spitfire. I think some of the compasses aren't correct. The Garmin system. Oh, if you have the tablet open, you cannot do anything. Like if you zoom in to change anything up here, for instance, it won't let you because it's like it's blocked. But if you stow this, right, then it'll give you the access to it for some reason. So like the second or next. Oops, I'm looking at the wrong information here. 11730. This pitch isn't bad to fly. It's just that it's the landing and the takeoff, getting the power balanced. That's the difference. Closed out the tablet and tried to enter the arrival, but can't get alpha characters to show. Oh, I've never been able to get alpha characters to show. So that's why I got the keyboard in order to put it in. So I'm going to test that, at some point as well. It's on my list of things to do besides fly the Concorde a couple times just to get familiar and follow the checklist and do all the stuff on the checklist when I'm supposed to do it, especially when it comes to the part. Yeah. No, yeah. I don't have what yet. Can you show me? So I think, like, all right, yeah, if we do like a direct to, kind of like what yeah, if you click on, like, if you go to like the direct to, it should, then you have to hit enter, or you have to push this in order to get the cursor to show up, and then you could put in like a let's see if it works. KGTF. Oops, nope, it did not work. Oh, it put it in. Okay. So yeah, you have to go down to flight plan, and then when it's yeah, then it might be once it's over that, then you might be able to change it, and then you can hit it like clear or something to clear that out. So yeah, I hope I did not goof my stuff up now. I don't think I did. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you have to push it in to get the cursor to show up. And then, but yeah, I've got to test it off stream because there's, it doesn't seem like it wants to take the information. So I have to kind of, I'm learning now that I have a keyboard, and especially, well, I'm gonna have to, once I get the mouse on Monday, I'm gonna have to spend time. It's like I have a, yeah, I have to spend some, because now it's like a new thing for me. I have to like get used to it. So, oops. See, then I put the gear down by accident. Oops a daisy. Yeah, because if you hit the G button, it'll put the gear down. So yeah, I have to learn how to do all that. Figure out how to make that all work together. And you push both mouse buttons on the right knob. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have to. There's like so kind of reiterating some stuff that we've talked about before. The once we conclude the flight to Indonesia on the 17th of August, okay, which is we got 11 days until that happens. And push both, and it wasn't. Oh, okay. So there you go. I'm going to take 5 days away from streaming. Part of it is I'm going to do at least 2 flights from JFK to Heathrow into Concorde. Just, I know the first one I'm probably going to screw up, and hopefully I learn from my mistakes. And then on the second one, hopefully I can, but I'm not streaming it, okay? Just so that nobody's like expecting to see all this. But I know, also with the keyboard and mouse, I got to get used to how that works within the sim. Using that in addition to my controller to get do some more stuff. But okay, there you go. So yeah, it's a bit of learning for me. And then we'll be back on the 22nd. We'll do our first leg of our flight around America in the Junkers 52. We're starting in JFK, and we're heading to Reagan National. Yeah, I figured it would be. That's why I was like, I got to get both. I was hoping to get them. I was hoping they would ship together, but they didn't. But the mouse will be here Monday, unless it's updated again, and it'll be here tomorrow as well. It would be nice if it was here tomorrow, but actually I need the table as well. So yeah, I can't put it too much more together until I have the table. That's the linchpin to the whole operation. So yeah, 23rd and 24th, no flights, no streams. The anticipation is Sim Update 10's coming out on the 23rd. I don't know what time it will arrive, so I'm just going to go ahead and cancel the flight for the 23rd, and then also on the 24th. So once Sim Update 10 is out, I'll download it, but then I want to check. Click off screen when you have a second monitor, you inadvertently pulled the fire. Oh, good to know. I did not know that. So yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, we will have a little bit of a break. Oh yeah, I'm like all over the place now because I'm reading the chat. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit. I'm gonna check everything. They don't run very well with the engine cowls flooded with CO. Yeah, I can imagine. So yeah, I'm gonna check over all this, aircraft, make sure everything still starts up as expected, and then we'll go from there. All right, we're almost to our nav point there. It looks like that's coming up here shortly. And then it's just a very slight turn on a heading of, let's see, 125. So yeah, I gotta make sure that the everything is set, everything works as intended. All right, so there's the airport there in Billings, Montana. Go. Perfect. Xbox never hasn't looked this sharp. Huh. There we go. All right. Heading 128. So, yeah, that's the intent, because traditionally the sim updates have made things worse in some respects. It's ATS down there in my mind. Do you guys have Wyoming yet, or was that already in there? You were just I don't remember what all areas. I know they're waiting on Texas is supposed to be the next one. Although I thought Texas was going to be the one before Montana, but that's got to be a huge map. Oh my goodness, that you guys are going to be spending all kinds of days on once Texas is released. Okay. Basically because I was clueless, but Captain Seppi and Angry One Horn taught me how to use it when we did the cannonball. Oh. I'm glad I joined today. Between your Spitfire idea and Sergeant helping me with the GPS, this was an alright flight trip. Good. You got rain. That's interesting because I have it set to just scattered clouds. Huh. I don't know what to tell you. yeah, like, fly whatever you feel comfortable flying. If it's a Spitfire or if it's the Lightning or whatever, that's the key is, just come in and enjoy the flight and enjoy the flying. You're on. Oh, yeah, I always, usually, unless it's, for some flights I have the live weather on, but not always, just so that we have a nice, we can see some of the scenery, we have some clouds, and that's about it. So it's not like everything's covered in clouds and you can't see anything. But, yeah, but it's interesting. If you're in my group, I would have thought it would have changed it over. Hello, Vengeful Squid. How are you? Nice to see you there. Oh, and there we go with the ads. Yeah, I do like the Lightning. I'm hoping we get some more Warbirds soon. Well, I'm guessing a lot of it will happen once the Wasm fix comes out. Hopefully. Here in about let's see, 17 days. So 12 days from now we get the I prefer it open, looking down a bit. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the 18th of August we have the Q&A with the developers, Jorg and the folks from Asobo. And then 5 days later is when I'm still dodging mountains that I cannot see. Good luck with that. So yeah, then 5 days later we get Sim Update 10. So 12 days to the 18th of August is when we get the Q&A session with Jorg and Asobo. I can't remember their names. I just remember Jorg because Jorg's the Microsoft representative. I should know their names. Somebody's at my tongue, but yeah, hopefully we get some stuff soon. I gotta check my fuel. Oh, we still got quite a bit to go in the external tanks. 2 drop tanks below us. Just hopefully sipping gas as much as possible. Flying for 3 hours now. Title 3. Oh yes. Yes, that is nice. Another one of those bits that the Xbox folks don't have access to yet. The only thing we got is the G1000 NXI from Working Titles, which will be the de facto. Yeah, I used to I didn't really think about it, and then all of a sudden I'd be running dry, like, what, so because you take off on the auxiliaries. Yeah, so I'm just like, so now I take off on the auxiliaries and I swap it over to the drop tanks for the rest of the flight, and then as we run out of the fuel in the drop tanks, then I go ahead and move them around as, change it over as needed to the next areas, so we have enough fuel to get there. So that's why if you're in the Spitfire, or if you're running with the fuel on, you're using fuel, you might want to keep an eye on your fuel use, because it's a 505 nautical mile trip this way, so you may need to land or do your fuel however you see fit. Yeah, Nice. Yeah, I did fly the Spitfire quite a bit when it first came out. We were doing Spitfire Saturdays, and then the Lightning came out, so then they swapped it over to the Lightning Saturdays, and then decided, well, we can visit all these different former Army Air Corps airfields from World War II. Yeah, I'm landing at Fort Smith for fuel. Okay. Fair enough. Waiting to cross the Atlantic. Wow. I guess that would be kind of like what Ali and Captain Arish did when they were on one of their parts of a flight. They went from Brazil to Africa, but it was like the most narrow part that they could find to get from one side to the other safely. Look at all this canyon area. Who I was doing that flight with had real life. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. Well, hopefully that works out. I was just thinking too, I know Captain Arish and Allison aren't streaming today on their next leg of the Amelia Earhart flight because Allison has other obligations today. ATEX on Lower Discovery. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if Captain Arish is doing something today or not. See him now. He was. I saw him over here somewhere, but I don't see where he went. Huh, that's kind of strange. Yeah, yeah, I know he went to go refuel, but oh, there he is. I was looking for him. See where he was landing at. Yeah, so I don't know if Captain Arish is doing something today or not. Or if he's taking a Saturday off since Allison's got other... I'm sending... Oh, yes. Oh, wow. San Diego to Honolulu. Yep, I see you. Nice. Let's see what else. So yeah, we're coming up to the middle of August already. Can't believe it. All in the rain now, like the breaking physics and wet weather. CNCI. Yeah, kind of a quiet server. It's just the three of us right now, I think. Captain Arsh's. Oh, he is doing a flight in the 737-600. Renton, Washington to Calgary, Alberta. To Calgary. Renton to Calgary. And the Firefly chat, I think, is blowing up. Oh, nope, it's two cats putting out a schedule. Oh. All right. Yeah. Okay. I think there's commercials coming your way, folks. Sorry. Okay, am I back? Is it working? Can you hear me? Hello? Alright. Get another picture while we're here. Alright, let's see where we're at now. Just gotta turn just a smidge. Alright, perfect. So my little break worked out very well. Santa. I am not Santa, no. Let's I have a bad me and yeah, there's a bit of a bad blood with the Santa thing with me. Flying on East US. Oh, yeah, it might be because yeah, with a few exceptions, the Southeast Asia server has been pretty empty. So I'm sticking with that for the time being. Yeah. Yeah, there's a bit of a ugly history with well, there's anyway. All right, 55 nautical miles to go. Just under 55. I think it just swapped over to 54. But yeah, since I've been on the Southeast Asia server, it's been fairly easy to. I haven't had any problems really. Starting to buffer on mine. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, see, that's the weird thing. Is one day it's like it's fantastic, and then either later that same day or the very next day it's like things are happening. It's yeah, stuff happens and you're just like, what? Yesterday it was fantastic. What's different about today? Is it the server, or is it, you know, that's one of the mysteries of the sim sometimes. It seems like when I had the issues with the starting up the planes at the 747 at JFK, you know, I could not, the panels would all turn on and then suddenly everything would go dark. Like somebody put in a comment the other day on yesterday, I think, on the when I flew the A321 and the panels went all dark. Yeah, it is a bit moody. Yes. And they're like, this needs, I'm like, I agree, but it's one of those things that sometimes it happens and other times it doesn't. It's one of those weird things that just, it's like you know, it's like the gremlin on the plane in that one episode of the Twilight Zone with William Shatner. You know, when he keeps looking out there and he swears he sees this weird creature like ripping the engine apart. You know, everybody's like, "What are you talking about? There's nothing there." There's something on the wing. Yeah, it's one of those strange things, but yeah. yeah, it's just one of those strange things that you know, and you're just like, I don't get it, you know. And everybody's like, no, it's fine. What are you talking about? No, it's not. I'm telling you. You know. Yeah, it's. I do agree with this. When things go well, this sim is absolutely fantastic, bar none. Like it is just absolutely amazing to fly in. And then there's other times you're just like, I don't get it. Is it something I did? Did I upset somebody somewhere or something? You know, what's happening? You know, it's a very finicky. You know, it's well, I guess in a way it's like a cat. You know, sometimes the cat wants attention, other times it wants to be left alone. You know, I sure why they can make pictures of well, it's all well. See, that's the difficult part too. It's I remember like some of the stuff that I've seen in the sim. Damn cats, yeah. When I worked for a company that we did a photo mosaic of the entire state of Missouri, right, for the U.S. Geological Survey. And so when you have areas like, for instance, some of these mountainous regions, right, the way that the Earth's shaped and the way that, you know, when you're flying over and you're taking pictures, right. Basically, my boss had developed a software. He wrote this software that would cut out essentially the center part of the photo, because at a certain point on the edges, because of the curvature, you're not going to get a clear photo, right? But when you had like these elevation changes and all that, and we've seen it in different parts around the world, it's all muddied. You know, it's like somebody took a scratch pad and scratched it all up, and so it's not very clear and sharp. And so you can try to go in there and clean that up, but it's like Photoshop, right? You're going in there and editing, but the data isn't going to be correct because you're taking different parts and filling that in, right, with something else. But I remember we do all this work, and then you go in and like a large portion of like the 12 pictures you processed overnight, like 6 of them it's all like, you know, you go over and you look at it and you're just like, so now you have to spend, so would you, I would think so. Yeah. I mean, if I remember my Earth sciences correctly, that is correct. But that water's not carbonated. Yeah, it's, you know, you have fresh water and you have salt water, but there's no. Well, no, you have the springs. Could be considered. Yeah, you have like the hot springs, or I guess you could consider to be carbonated. I guess, yeah, in a way. I don't know, but I mean when you look at that stuff and you're like, well, how is this possible? It's because the data that they get from the aerial photos, it because it's kind of the way it's layered. You know, the Earth is, you know, like it will create that kind of a scratched up look, I think. That's how it was explained to me by people who had worked in that industry for many years, was that it's never going to, you know, the aerial photo stuff is never going to be 100% clear. Even with, I think even satellite imagery, the same thing happens. No, it's okay, Sergeant Staff. You're fine. You're fine. But yeah, it's just, but for what they are able to do, it's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's, but yeah, when it's clear and you got this amazing details and stuff, it is absolutely amazing to fly in. It's just those weird things that happen. You're just like, It's like you want to pull your hair out. Oh, why? What's going on here? Like I was getting frustrated with I'm trying the 747. I'm trying all these different planes at JFK. I could not get stuff to stay started up with the panels. So I'm like, okay. And I tried different areas around that airport. Stuff wouldn't work. And I'm just like, what in the world is going on? I tried it again a couple days ago and everything's fine. Like, why? I don't get it. If somebody could explain that to me, But the funny thing is, if I put something into the forums and say I had this issue here, does anybody else, does anybody have any solutions? Is it something I'm doing? You'll get like 3 or 4 different takes on why it happened, and 3 or 4. Some people say, well, you need to run your rolling cache. You need to do this, or you need, it's just yeah. I don't know. It's kind of crazy and funny at the same time, but no, when you have amazing scenery and stuff and all that, it's an absolute joy to fly in. All right, we have 15 nautical miles. See, I don't know. Are these supposed to be mirrors? That's what I have to look up. Like, these have like a mirror-like finish, but I don't know if these are supposed to be like mirrors for the pilots to see, like the undercarriage or something. I don't know. I watched that movie Unstoppable last night. Well, yeah, that's if it all finally works, then yeah, then that's the weird thing. Sometimes it has its own agenda. It seems the sim does. It's just like FIFA, or football in general, sports in general. You have Team A and Team B, and then you have the refs, and the refs have their own agenda at all times. They may say, well, no, we're here to make sure that everything's fair. No, the refs have their own agenda as far as I'm concerned. They're the third team on the field. And it's like Team A and B, not only are they playing against each other, but they're also playing against the refs. What was I going to say? Yeah, Unstoppable. I watched that last night. It's a bit hokey, but it's based on a true story. But I read what it was based on, and like what it was. Yeah. The true story of that runaway train and all that, but I think it's a great movie. It's a bit funny and a bit dramatic, but I like it. I think Chris Pine and Denzel Washington were perfectly cast for that movie. If you haven't seen it, give it a watch. It's one of those movies you can just kind of sit back. It's entertaining. It's a bit it stretches belief a little bit, but it's a great movie, I think. All right. Did I dial in my next one? I think I already did. 114. Oh, no, I did not. 11575. Okay. I gotta get that dialed in. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, if you've never seen that movie, I highly recommend it. on a heading of 133. So not too far off of where we are now. All right, so, oops. Wow, we really need to turn more. It's like it didn't want to turn. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's fun to watch. It's kind of like, for me, I watch Moneyball every so often whenever I can, because I even though I know what I've heard is that it was a bit dramatized in the movie, that there were some things that were, done in the movie that were not true to life, but it's still an entertaining movie for me. And because I remember the light, if the lightning was in any movie, I don't know. It may have been there was the miniseries The Pacific, I think, that was done after Band of Brothers. It might have been in that. They may have shown the plane flying over or something. Or it might have been a CGI version of the plane. I don't know. I've not seen the Pacific, so I couldn't say for sure, but it would very likely be a part of, if it was anything, it might have been in that. I'm trying to think of other World War II movies that I don't think Flags of Our Fathers, the story about the landing at Iwo Jima. I don't know if it was in that. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I still have Band of Brothers on. I bought it through Amazon, the digital version, so I can watch that whenever. I love watching that. Even though that was apparently a bit I think they said yeah, there was parts of that were over dramatized, that some people said, like, the whole a lot of the stuff that they show with Sobel was a bit overdone to kind of make the series more interesting. All right, let's see. I do have. All right. We need to start dropping some altitude. Let's get down to about 12,000 feet. I think we're fine. Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that was kind of done to kind of make the series more dramatic, but I think the one thing that wasn't, well, even that might have been overdone, was Major Winter's story. But I kind of got the sense that might have had more truth to it. No, like the conflict with Captain Sobel was, from what I heard, was overdone in the series, where but the funny thing is there are leaders like Captain Sobel in the military, right? They have this bully mentality. They're in charge, and even though like he wanted all those soldiers to be prepared to be paratroopers and all that, the way he went about it was well, today would be considered toxic leadership, right? And that's the first thought that came to my mind. Oh, this guy's toxic. And the feeling was that if he had gone with them on the invasion, yeah, exactly, Sergeant Staff. That's exactly it. So it's that balance. He wanted the men to survive, but many people also say if he had gone on on D-Day with them, some people felt that he would have gotten more people killed because he had a very narrow-minded view of things, and part of that's evident if you watch the movie Black Hawk Down. The Ranger captain, he had this very extreme dislike of the Delta Force guys, that he felt that they were unduly influencing his Rangers, kind of thing. But that's just because he, in some respects, it seemed like he wasn't comfortable with his own command. Well, it was important, I'll give you a for instance. My executive officer, our battalion executive officer, in my first duty station in Germany. Many people were like, if the poop hits the fan, we've got to make sure this guy doesn't go with us, because they were like, he's going to get people killed. But kind of like Sobel, sometimes the things that he didn't make sense at the time, but it's those little detail things that you're like, you don't even think that you're learning or that you need to learn as well. But yeah, but there are people like that in the military. They're driven, but they're so loathed by their subordinates that their subordinates are just going to do the very bare minimum necessary to stay out of trouble. They're not, because if you look at how the men would die for Major Winters, they would not die for Captain Sobel. But Major Winters didn't want them to die for him. That was the difference, I think. Yeah, I've had military leaders like that, during my time in the Army, and even in the Army National Guard. Like I'll never forget, like after when 9/11 happened, you could see that look in some people's eyes, like, oh, battlefield promotions and all kinds of medals. Like they're not thinking about, I have to prepare my soldiers. I have to start talking with them, and we have to start talking about the reality of what's getting ready to happen. Nope, you have people get that far away look in their eye of glory, and that's it. They're not thinking about anything else but. And those are the people that are dangerous, I think. Yeah, it is. But I'll never forget that, because I was on annual training when I was in the National Guard when 9/11 happened. And yep, there was those people that just kind of like, oh, battlefield promotions, silver stars and bronze stars, and yeah, they start thinking about all that. Not thinking about I gotta start talking to my soldiers and talk about what may, start coming up with some plans and talking about what might be ready No, it's not supposed to be. No. I mean, there's funny moments, but it's usually like, soldiers joking with soldiers and like they did in Band of Brothers. They would give each other a hard time, but they would all stick together too when time came. That's the kind of people you want to have around you. But I mean, there was funny moments when I was deployed to Iraq. There wasn't so many funny moments when I was in Afghanistan, but hello, Mela. But part of that is I would give my buddies a hard time. The few people that I knew I could joke with and all that. But yeah. But I did that more when I was deployed to Iraq. When I went to Afghanistan, I did not feel connected with my fellow soldiers in my organization. I had pork loin last night. I bought two. I've been around. Iraq, Afghanistan. I went to Panama for 2 weeks, a long time ago. I went to Alaska for 2 weeks. The thing is, Para, that what usually will happen in some organizations, it's even like when I was in Germany, when I got back to the States, I didn't feel like I didn't fit in at my unit in Fort Riley. Whereas, because it was, stateside, it's kind of felt like everybody for themselves. But when you're overseas, it's like you're like a family, Yeah. The pork loin Oh no, I just put it in the oven and heat it up. It's just right out. I cut it out of the package, put some, salt and pepper on it a little bit, and then stick it in the oven once the oven's heated up enough. I was in the Gulf War. Not that I'm trying to show my age, but yeah, I was in the Gulf War in '91. But I went as basically they were looking for people to go, and they just stuck you wherever they thought they needed you. You had you didn't have any idea. They were just like, you're going to go and big army will send you where they want you. You could Molly. So yeah, you went, and it's like you didn't know where you were going to end up. Some people, like I knew people that their whole time in the Gulf War, they did nothing but process mail. So I ended up with the Tiger Brigade, the unit that went into Kuwait and drove the Iraqi forces out, and then the other unit did the Hail Mary kind of thing. But yeah, it was difficult kind of trying to fit in. There was a lot of what's the word? Yeah, a lot of people might remember it because they had that was probably the first televised war since Vietnam. Oh, ads time. Oh, I don't know. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do in the Army. I wanted to work on Apaches and then go to flight school and fly them. But it didn't work out that way. All right, we have 34 nautical miles to our waypoint there. India, India, Papa. Yeah, it's yeah, it was kind of yeah, but a lot of people that once they get in the aviation field, that they're able to, they apply to go to warrant officer school and then go to flight school after that. All right, somebody just said something in Discord. I think Captain Arish is going live. Yep, he is. Yep. All right. Doing some January he goes to Texas. Nice. Yeah, although a soldier I knew, she yeah, I knew quite a few, especially they were usually maintenance folks that they were the top warrant officer in their oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, she went to she got promoted through the NCO ranks and then applied for warrant school and then went to flight school, and now she flies I think she flies Black Hawks. I don't remember. I think she flies Black Hawks. I don't know if she does medevac missions or just regular Black Hawk flying, but she enjoys it. I think she got her private pilot license as well on top of that, which probably wouldn't be difficult to do if you already know. Did you say COSC? No, NCO. NCO, non-commissioned officer, the sergeants. Well, corporals and above, but yeah, corporals are NCOs. Yeah, she got promoted. No, not NCIS. No, NCOs. Non-commissioned officers. Your corporals all the way up to your sergeant majors. Or NCOs. But no, she got promoted, and then so I was on active duty, and then I also did National Guard, like reserves, basically. And I was a combat engineer, I was an infantryman, and I was also a medic. CSI Miami. I did like CSI Miami. That was a good show. I did really enjoy CSI New York, actually, too. That was a good show. The original one was good, and then it kind of fell apart. So yeah, I had 3 different jobs in the Army. Yeah, on land. No, I didn't. Yeah, the Army's traditionally on land. The Marines do the other stuff. Oops. Um, yeah. Well, that combat engineer was my first job, and then when I got out active duty, I was in a National Guard unit, combat engineer unit, and then they closed down the armory, and in order to stay in that unit, you would have to drive even further than I was prepared to drive for a drill weekend. And then, I had one of those Cliff protein bars. I'm gonna have something else later on. Yeah, it's gonna be a busy morning after we get done with the flight. I feel like the wind's pushing me around here a bit. So yeah, I ended up in an infantry unit. I had to reclass to infantry, which was only like a 2-week course, very easy. I mean, it's nothing that you don't know already as a combat engineer. No, I wasn't in Kabul. No, I did not go to Kabul. No, my only tour in Afghanistan, I was at Kandahar, at the airfield there, when I was a medic. So we had like a little aid station on the far side of the airfield. I did get to work at the other level of care on the other side that was run by the Navy. They had like a little ER. So I spent like 5 days over there working with them. It was absolutely amazing. Like the nurses do all the notes, whereas we medics would do the notes for the docs in the system. So they actually had nurses that would do all that. So yeah, it was fair. Like the Navy doc, the commander, the Navy commander, who's like a 05, yeah, he was surprised how much I knew. Like when we had somebody come in with complaining of chest pain, and I said, "Do you want me to do an EKG?" And he was like, "What? You know how to do an?" I said, "Yes, sir, I do." "Do you want one?" "Yes." "Do it." And he's like, my corpsmen don't know how to do all that. Well, maybe somebody needs to make some changes to the training. I don't know. But in Iraq, we were south of Baghdad, on the southern outskirts of Baghdad, and then we eventually ended up at Liberty VBC near the Baghdad airport. We reopened a closed clinic and waited for our replacements there. And then they came in and they were just kind of like, I think they were a bit shocked at what mission that they had been given. Because I think they had been told something different. All right, hold on a second, folks. Let me check something here real quick. All right. Maybe on a heading of 148. All right, so we won't dial in. Okay, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to dial in that ILS frequency there. I'm going to get the, where's my notes? 110.10. And we need to start dropping a little bit more altitude. 9,000. Hold on a second, folks. I'll be back in the chat here in just a bit. perfect. All right, got that. Sorry. So yeah, I think 9,000 feet will be fine. Then we got to get down to 7,800 before we get to Kola. All right. I'm at 9,000 feet, but we need to be at 7,800 by the time we reach that fixed point. Oh, I gotta check my gas too. I haven't done that. Yep, it's time to swap over to the mains. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and swap now. Perfect. Now we should have more than enough fuel to get there. Yeah, I'm just dropping some altitude in preparation for to be pretty close. It won't be much to do to get to 7,800 feet and then line up for our approach. So I've already got the ILS frequency dialed in. So we're on our way to a fixed point, Kola, COL 7 commercial. Sorry. So yeah, I'm at 9,000 feet now, but like I said, we need to be at 7,800 by the time we reach that fixed point up there ahead of us. 6. I mean, I'll wait till you guys. Sergeant Staff or Texan, let me know when you can hear my voice again, because I just have a question about that. You're no, no, that's not me. That's Twitch. I'm guessing, like, are they just like short commercials, like 30-second commercials, just all packed together? I'm thinking that's what they are. It must be very quick little 30-second commercials to get that many in. So what are you having? I think that pre-breakfast happened a while back ago, Daniel. I can't tell if that's flat land all the way. I think it is flat-ish. Six nautical miles. We just got to keep an eye on the terrain. If we have to get some altitude again, we will. But I think we're fine right here at 9,000 feet. Where did Texan go? Oh, there he is. So yeah, I'm guessing there just must be a bunch of short commercials packed together. Oh, REO. Nice. Like today, Sergeant Staff? Or at some point she wants to go? Oh, okay. 20 seconds. Okay. That's not bad. It's like all those short commercials you get sometimes if you have like streaming services. Oh, that's not too bad. I know there's a car museum, I think on the way to, what's it called? On the way to Cooperstown from here. There's what has the airport on there? Can't find Casey. So, just follow me, Para, and you'll be fine. Just kind of follow my path and you'll be fine. I'll get you there. I'll call in. Oldsmobile was based in Lansing. Okay. I think you told me that before. Yeah. Nice. Imagine the museum has actually got some pretty interesting things to check out. The early years of Oldsmobile. So one of the things you can do, Para, is if you open up your ATC thing, and you'll see nearest airport list. You can look for KCYS. If it's not anywhere there, then it's farther away from you, or you just keep this open, and you can, once it pops up, then you can click on it. Yeah. So once we get closer to Cola, because we're still 65 nautical miles to that waypoint. REO Speedwagon was a model of a car. Good one. I like that. Yeah, we've got plenty of distance to go yet, but once I'm closer to that fixed point, Cola, COLLA, then I'll call in and say, "Oh, it was. I did not know that. I thought you were making it funny. My apologies. I did not know that." I wonder if that's where they took the name of the Ransom E. Olds. Ah. So I'm guessing the band took the name from that. That's where they got it from. They probably, maybe one of them owned one? I don't know. I have to look into that. So once we're there. So that's one of the things, folks. If you're on the Discord, I do put in like the information for the flight. If you're not sure how to put it together on the world map, never have seen a Speedwagon, but have seen an REO Silver Cloud. Oh, I've never seen a Speedwagon. I don't think in any of the car shows I've ever been has anyone brought one. Uber Eats. Nice. Yeah, I don't think anybody's brought one to any of the car shows I've ever been to. I would imagine it would have been very popular for people, kind of like an Americana sort of thing. So yeah, so when I put the information, if you're not sure how to put it all together, matter of fact, before we end the stream, I'll show you how to do all that, and then you can go back when tomorrow it'll be on YouTube, and you can always reference that if you need to, if you want to learn how to build the flight plans yourself with all the information that I usually give. Yeah. Yep, they sure are. So yeah, I'll show you guys how I do that, and then you can reference that later on. Because it can be a bit overwhelming sometimes. You're just like, hey, but I'll show you how to do it all. So now, of course, for those of you who are on the PC, I don't know all the which buttons or truck chassis. Huh. So would that been like a El Camino for its time? Perhaps? Like before El Caminos, and there was another one that was like an El Camino. Sounds like that's what it would have been. Hello, Bex. Flight's going fine. We're getting ready to come into Cheyenne, Wyoming. Oh, a 2-ton truck. Oh, okay. Wow. I don't know, how would you call a 2-ton truck a speed wagon? It doesn't seem... Oh, okay. Yeah. El Caminos are pretty handy. That's for sure. Nice to see you here, Bex. How are you? I wonder if Nick's lurking. Yeah. Well, Montana in general, I think, is pretty beautiful. I'd like to go there. Oh. And then suddenly there's Mr. Addie's. What are you like today? The GMC Sprint. Ooh. Wow, that's a... Suddenly Mr. Addie's is awake again. Yeah. Oh, yeah, mullet car. Sprint, yeah. Mullet car. That's, I haven't heard that one in a while. Mr. Addie's, you love food in general. Let's just be honest. It's business in the front, party in the back. Yep. That's right. I need to get to a car show again. But there used to be one. I don't know if they still do it. It was in the parking lot across town at where the Barnes and Nobles is. I think usually like on Friday nights or Saturday nights. This is pre-pandemic. They would have a meetup there in the parking lot. Some people would bring classic muscle cars. Other people would bring, like newer Corvettes or newer Mustangs or newer Camaros. I've heard Amella's. Oh, Ranchero. That's the other one I was thinking of. That was like the El Camino, the Ranchero. Yep. Oh no, Mella is the classic food lover. You want to cross a Mella, mess with the Mella's food, and that will be the end of it. right, let's see where we're at now. 36 nautical miles. So yeah, right this way just a few degrees. Brett. Oh, yeah. I remember the Subaru. I've seen a couple around here actually. Some people still have them, although they're in very dire shape because of the salt from the snow. Yeah. But yeah, those are very popular as well for many areas. Yeah, I think I've seen a couple around just in the area. Yeah, with the jump seats in the back. That most people would be like, most cops would be like, yeah, you can't ride back there. I don't know if they even. Well, I think maybe initially they didn't even have seatbelts on those things. Wouldn't surprise me. Until a couple people got ejected or something. Yeah. Yeah, you just put on a big thick coat and just hunker down and take a nap. Well, I do appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out today. Yeah. I think, well, the ones I've seen around here don't have them in anymore. They removed them, but they use, so they just get a little bit more cargo space. But yeah, I think I've seen over at the Walmart. I know there was one that was there every so often. I wish Subaru would bring those back without the seats, but I think those would be very popular. Especially if they were reasonably affordable. No, Mela doesn't share food either. Not unless, you ask politely, but you may still get the evil eye from a Mela. Oh, I didn't know that. I must have been paying attention to other things in the mid-2000s. Oh, that's right, the Baja. Yes, I do remember now. Yeah. But those are pretty practical. Not like for hauling a lot of stuff. Yeah, the Outback. Yeah. They just changed the body. Yeah. Well, nice pair. See. We have 20. All right, so I'm picking up the signal for the ILS. Already. Start to slow down. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and just get down to 7,800 feet now. As we're nearby, getting close. Yeah. Well, Subarus now are fairly expensive. But they're very well engineered cars, I think. Somebody asked me if I had the choice between a Mitsubishi Lancer and a Subaru. I'm like, Subaru hands down. It's a well engineered car, I think. I've seen Outbacks around here. They are pretty. Subarus are pretty popular around here. Someone's got a what's the rally car? It's not it's the one that they use for rallying. I can't remember the model, but it's got a nice wing on the back and the nice sounding exhaust system. The WRX, yes, thank you. Yeah, it's silver. It's a couple down the street, a couple houses down from where I live here in the apartment complex. It said STI is yeah. Was a sexual term. The Impreza, that's it. The Impreza. Yeah, that's the name of it. Yeah, it's a nice looking car. Yeah. Exactly. I'm like, I had to clear that. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Why? Anyways. Alright, I need to start dropping a little bit of speed here. Get the first degree of flaps down. Yeah, the tuner company. Yep. You like lamp, Joseph. You love lamp. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember Colin McRae and Richard Burns both had their runs in the Impreza WRXs. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They were really, they were ahead of their time and well made, well engineered. Yeah. Yeah, imagine the one down the street that's got the wing and all that. I imagine she can uh, drive that fairly quickly. Although she's very careful when she's, because it's a manual transmission, so she doesn't really hit the gas very quickly to go. But you certainly could with that all-wheel drive system. All right, let's go ahead and contact the good folks there in Cheyenne. There it is. Oh, I'm coming in on 2.7. Because we're flying it that way, we got the headwind. But we're going, yeah, they did say straight in, right? I think they said straight in. Oh, we're going straight in. We're not doing that left base, right base crap. We're going straight in on 2.7. Worked at a Subaru dealer and had it on order 6 months before they were even sure it was going to be offered in the US. His was the first one. Oh, nice. Very nice. Alright, there's our fancy dancy. Let's get another bit of flaps down. But wherever you're going in, figured out it was special and his insurance on it quadrupled. Oh, jeez. Yeah, go ahead. Wherever you guys got cleared for, go ahead and land. You cleared for 3-1. I'm coming in on 2.7, so do what you got to do. Alright, we're coming in on a heading of 265. Oops. Perfect. I think I might have turned a little bit early. Matter of fact, I did, didn't I? Yep, I sure did. All right. So that means go ahead and fire the autopilot system. Turn back this away. Turned a little bit early. That's all right. Para is and Texan is Joseph. We'll cover the whole putting together a flight plan. We'll use this exact flight. We'll use this route. I'll show you guys how to put it, how I put it together. All right. I'm going to turn this to the side real quick while I prepare to come in for landing. Catch up with the chat once we are on the ground. Little crusty salute for the tower. We only have 25% fuel left. Oh, good thing you gassed up when you did beforehand, otherwise you'd have nothing left. Oh, little bump, little bump. Oof. There we go. On behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, I'd like to welcome you to Cheyenne, Wyoming. Yeah. Local time is 7:41 in the morning. We understand and appreciate the fact that Mr. Addies thinks it's a nice day today where he lives. But we're glad he decided to come back and hang out with us. Do join us tomorrow. Yeah, it is. On the, oh, there's Para. Do join us tomorrow in the Cessna 172. Oh, going to the field box. Oh, yeah, I can imagine, Sergeant Staff. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, that's a... Well, I usually came in at like 50% prop on landing on the Spitfire, but I think they've kind of... something got changed again, and it's like very... You landed with one... Oh, did you not, lean your mixture at all? How far did you lean it? Oh, okay. No full. Oh. Hmm. All the windows open for Joseph. You made the mistakes already in the P-38. I've made plenty in the Spitfire, that's for sure. I've made a few in the Lightning. Like I crashed a couple times. I crashed. I got a did the I dropped altitude. Like I was going too slow, too early, and then ran out of. Yeah. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow in the floater planes, Cessna 172. So if you want to fly... Oh, well, I'll show you guys how to do the flight plan too. I can't forget that. I still overstress the engine a lot. Yeah. Well, so the intent is for those of you who are going to fly with me, I'll have our, you know, especially when we're doing the flights in the Lightning, for instance, I'll have our VORs that we're going to navigate to, and then we're going to have like a sensible approach into the airfield whenever possible, so that we can that sets us up, you know, we can drop our speed and everything and get lined up. Well, you know, if there's any kind of a... Oh, well, thank you, Sergeant Staff. Enjoy your time at the museum. Hopefully it's a nice day for you. And hopefully it's air conditioned in the museum so you can just kind of chill in the chill. All right. Get a quick family photo for prosperity. Shut it down. Unfortunately, Texan Spitfire does not look like a Spitfire. All right. Well, thank you both for flying with me today. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out. Let's go ahead and shut this thing down. Two hours and 8 minutes. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. So there we are. Let me get this put in on the FS hub real quick while we're waiting on the... I don't know if the P-38 is on here. Might be all the way down at the bottom. I thought I saw it on here before, but I may have to put it in as a Lockheed. All right. Let me just put it in as KGTF departing at 11:15. Oops. KCYS 1323. All right, there we go. Don't need. Okay, so yeah, I just hit the right bumper and the left on the D-pad, and it shuts everything down. But if you hit there's a battery switch right there. You can shut that off. It should end everything. So, yeah, just there's a battery switch right there. You see that the red part here, it's like the fourth switch over. It'll say battery master. And then for the engines, you just pull back on all the, you cut the fuel, basically. Yeah. You do that too. Oh, I almost forgot. I almost forgot the thing that I was going to do. Then you could also kill turn your magnetos to off as well. Anyway, so yeah. All right, so real quick before I forget. Yeah, that too. I'm not sure how to do that on. I'm sure it's a menu option on the PC, just like it is on the Xbox. All right. Anyway, so using today's flight, right? So if we go back out here and we go to live time and everything, right? So it should be light enough still, but anyway, not that we need it. So I'll make sure we're caught up. Hold on a second. The stream's taking its time showing everything. Okay. So, our departure airport is KG, or was KTGS, right? Great Falls. Oops. Not GTS, it's KGTF. KGTF. Great, should be, yeah, there it is, Great Falls. Right? And then you can just, for expedition, or expedited purposes, we'll just say we're taking off from runway 21. And then we're going to KCYS, Cheyenne. Coming in on runway 27. Right? So that's just the base, that's straight from point to point, is 480 nautical miles. Hold on a second. Texan sent me a message. Oh. Oops. Oh, thank you. Still, oh, okay. Just if you click, there's like a pause button, para, that should just give you the so that you can exit the flight. I'll wait till you're out of the flight, and then we'll continue. Oh yeah, thank you, Tex. I appreciate that. Some nice shots. At least it shows that you're in the Spitfire, not a a tail dragger, Cessna, or Beechcraft. It's weird because I do have the Flying Iron Spitfires, so it's kind of crazy that it doesn't show it. But maybe I have to be in the Flying Iron Spitfire as well. Okay, so let me know when you're you're on the back to the title screen there, or the main screen, or on the world map, para. So if you want to follow along, you can. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, you just want to. If there's a way to pause the flight, uh, pause it, then you want to leave. Yeah, you want to leave the flight. Just leave, and it'll take you back to this menu, and then you want to click on the world map again. Of course, now I get commercials. So you want to leave. You want to leave the flight, or you can leave the group even if you want. Capping is live. What are you talking about? Capping is live, Joseph. Who's capping? Okay. I don't know who's capping. So come back to the um to the world map, para. Okay. So go, yeah. So you want the two airports. So dial for your departure, K KGTF for Great Falls, and then just put on runway 21 for our departure. Who are you talking about as live, Joseph? I don't know what you mean. You put something like that. I'm like confused what you mean by that. All right. So, and then you want our arrival airport is KCYS. And runway 27 arrival runway. And then, yeah, drop down to VOR, right? Now, the one that we'll get rid of, well, okay, first off, also, you want the menu that shows you the filters, right? Oh, Captain Arish. Okay. I know he's live, Joseph. It's okay. I got it. I know he's live. Thank you. Um, so you want to turn on you want to show nav aids and the fix and RNAV position report. Those two you want to show as on. Okay. Right. So let me know when you found that you have those enabled, Para. I'm not sure how you get to that menu, but that's you want to show whatever it is that shows like uh that's the more button. This one down here. Okay, got the filters. So you want nav aids on and the fix and RNAV position report on. Okay. So we want to get rid of this one, CYS, right? We want to delete that. So you click on that and it should give you these options. We're going to remove CYS. Okay. Poof, it's gone. Okay. And then zoom in on Cheyenne. So we want, so there's horse, right? So if we go back from there's our arrival runway. So there's horse, and then we go back a little bit more, there's cola. Okay. Or you can, if you can't find it, you can search for it up in here. You could just dial in or type in COLLA and hit enter, and then it's going to be one of those two. But for us, it's the first one. So then we add that, and then we can delete. Now you can't see the other one, so you close out of that, and you just add horse, and there you go. Yeah, I'm trying to do it just so that it gives people it sets us up for a nice approach. And if there's an ILS, which ICYS is the ILS at the end of the runway that we're landing on, so we can dial that one in. It's a localizer DME. There's a frequency. We don't have to add it. We just know that it's there, and then we can just dial frequency if we want to, and that lines us right up for the. Yeah, because I was doing it where you fly over the airfield, but I like having a nice approach because then it gives us time to slow down and everything else uh, and everything for the landing. So you just add those 2 points, the fixed point here, cola, and then the second one, which isn't really necessary, but it's nice to have it. Yeah, then just follow cola. There's from cola to runway 27 if you find horse. So if you find this little area on the map, it's like, bam, it's like right there. Oh, I've never, I've saved only a couple, but I think yeah. Well, not automatic, but you can select it if you want to, but you don't have to. It's just I just use it so it makes sure that that's like the last point I feel comfortable using. There's one more there, but it's not necessary, right? With horse, we should be in line. Once we cross that point, we should be in line with the runway. Yeah. So that's how I made the flight plan. Part of it I use I use Navigraph, right? Now you can get a lot. You don't have to have a paid account. You can get a lot of information for free. But so like if you can, or even on SkyVector. Don't create an account because it's not for sim pilots. It's for real world pilots. But you can use the standard version that doesn't require sign in. You can create the flight plan on there as well. But so like on there you can pick like Cheyenne. It'll say like ILS or localizer. There's an instrument approach procedure, and it'll tell you. It'll pull up a little like another box that has that information, right? So like cola, horse, and then bam. So you can look at that and come up with a flight plan where you can modify it and say, okay, I'm coming from this direction. Oh, no, I don't. No, no, no. I don't transfer anything to the Xbox. I just build it this way, but I use information from Navigraph and SkyVector to create, validate things, but without. I don't need a. I don't import anything into the Xbox or transfer it or anything. I go with so basically what I do when I'm making flights, so like all the stuff ahead of today, right? All the flight plans. I say here on this world map, right? And I say, okay, I want to go from I just start departure airport and the arrival airport. And then if we're doing a VOR, I get that, and then I look at basically which way is it going to take me. Is it going to take me all kinds of crazy ways? No, then I won't fly that. But if I go, uh, if I can find, I can delete stuff, and then I can find other VORs that might bring us through a better route or something more scenic or whatever, then I'll use that. And then lately, I add in the approach. Yeah, so that's how you do it. There you go, Para. You got it. And then what I do it also then is I go to skyvector.com, right? I pick my airports, and then there's a little area, little space, and I put all the nav points and fixes in. Um, yeah, I think there will be eventually, Texan. It's just a matter of time, but that's one of the things that people are asking for is if you have like a Navigraph or SimBrief account already that you can import it in on the Xbox side. Um, so I think the only one that allows it right now is the Honda Jet. You can import it in. There's a way that they've found a way to do it, but hopefully in the near future there will be a better, more streamlined way to do it. But this is how I plan all the flights. So that's part of the time consuming, like I call it, doing my homework to find interesting places and routes that are fairly reasonable for us to fly, some nice scenery along the way and all that, and then a sensible landing that it's easy for us to kind of get lined up and come right into the airport and we're on the ground and we're good. So that's what I try to do. So there you go. That's how I do it. And the fix is all you don't. There's no frequencies or anything. It's just in the system. No, that's okay. You landed. That's the important part, Para. Doesn't have to be perfect. I don't expect it to be perfect. You shouldn't expect it to be perfect either. Just enjoy the flying part. You know. So, so that's how I do it. So but it's time consuming because I'm trying to find ways to get places that it's interesting, but also we learn different ways of flying and navigating and landing and stuff and all that. So that's the only way to do it is just keep trying it and figure out different things. Anyway, So that's going to do it, folks. Let me go ahead and, oops, reset that. There we go. So yeah, that'll do it, folks. I will be back tomorrow in the Cessna float plane, the 172, and we'll have a nice flight tomorrow. Do join us if you want. 7:10 Eastern, 11:10 UTC, 12:10 UK. Adjust your times accordingly. I go live. Now because we'll be on the water, the plane's already going to be started up. So I'm going to show you the flight plan. And if you have any questions, we'll go over how to build the flight plan if you want to before we get up in the air. We'll take care, Daniel. Take care, Armilla. And then we'll go flying. So if you want to, people are more than welcome to join. We'll be on the Southeast Asia server for the time being until it gets busy. But so far, we've been fairly lucky. It's not been too bad. So, I will put the information a little bit later today. Once I've got things wrapped up and I got to do some stuff here and anyway. So yeah, buybacks. Don't eat too much chocolate now. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Do enjoy the rest of your Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, early Sunday, depending on where you are in the world. I have been and always shall be your host and pilot, Uncle B. Until tomorrow. Peace. Live long and prosper.